Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name's Michael.
My name's Queen.
And welcome back to an exciting episode of Friendship.
Supreme.
We're the podcast that dares to ask. You ever had a really good idea that you thought was a good idea, but then it turned out to be a shit idea and the whole world let you know about it?
No. Once I realized it's going to be a shit idea, I usually scrap it before everybody hears about it. I had several great ideas for you, and they die on the cutting room floor before you ever even hear about them, my friend.
I'm so sad. I'd love to know about them.
One of them was I was going to make this Pokemon like almost like a tabletop Pokemon adventure for you. And I was going to use Pokemon cards. You roll the dice, see which one you got, and then we would do like battles on that Pokemon battler website. And I was like, this is too elaborate for one man. And my brain hurts.
Yeah,
I can't take it.
Have you ever thought about like having me play a game based off of a rap group that I love that also incorporates martial arts?
I mean,
which I also
the only way that I would expect you to do something like that is if I literally put it all together and brought it to your lap.
Someday, guys. Someday you guys will get to know what that's about. Anyways, today's episode's not about that. Today's episode is what does it take to make a great Battle Royale game? So if you guys don't know, Cleve and I play on Twitch every week. At least 4 times a week. And one of the biggest genres of game we play is Battle Royales. Famously known Battle Royale would be Fortnite.
Yeah, we are famous in Fortnite.
Secondly would then be probably followed up by a more competitive world of Apex and something like Modern Warfare, Warzone. So those are 3 big hitting titles that exist. Fortnite being... What?
Realm Royale.
We're going to get to that in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry, I did not forget them. Fortnite would probably be the least known when it came out as far as studios go. Whereas the others have all been AAA at this point, right? We have Respawn and then we had Activision.
Right.
How many Battle Royales would you say, major Battle Royales with big releases, would you say came out in the last 2 years that no longer exist anymore? Major.
I can't think of any major ones. I can think of like little bitty ones, but
Okay, little bitty ones. We'll say. Well, we'll see because it depends on what
there was the one with the animals, right?
Animal Royale. So, yep.
There was the wrestling one, which I feel like kind of came
Rumbleverse.
Because we try all of these.
We do. We sure do. Especially when they have big releases.
Yeah. I wouldn't call multiverse. No, multiverse wouldn't be a Battle Royale.
It's not. I do include this in my list of things we're going to talk about today. But so without including multiverses, 6 major releases I would consider. So in other words, they had big events where they like, hey, look at us, look what we're doing. We're releasing this game. It's amazing to play it. That have come out. And this is the reason the kind of inspiration behind this is Redfall. Redfall came out recently. It's not a Battle Royale, but it's essentially Microsoft was like, look at this beautiful game we made, and the world just shit on it. And they're already going, well, like, how can we backpedal this? How can we just forget some of this happened? And whether that's fixing things or just scrapping it all together, I found it interesting because we have 5 Battle Royales that have existed in the time that we've been streaming that have come and are already gone. Nice. So we have Hyperscape, which is a game we played. We played twice.
Oh, yeah.
It was an extremely high speed Battle Royale.
Yeah. That one was tricky.
And everybody was super hyper excited about it because hyper. Everybody was
I get
very
it.
excited about it,
Hmm.
and it lasted about a week and a half of excitement. So that game originally came out, and I didn't write the other dates down. Damn it!
Cut that part. You know what made it tough is we would play one and then we would go, not as fun as Apex, and we would leave. That's about where that problem came from.
So Hyperscape
Hmm.
released July 12th of 2020. Its server shut down April 28th of 2022. 2 years. So like we're talking about a game that and so a lot of these games are free, right?
Right.
That's the gimmick. That's how they get you. It's like, oh, it's free, but we've got cosmetics, we've got battle passes, we've got all this cool stuff. Come play our game. It's going to be super exciting. And like one of the only games I know so far that's done like kind of the right thing has been Splitgate. They basically said, look, we acknowledge that we kind of messed up. We're not going to make this game any better, but we will continue to support it and we'll keep giving you battle passes to like get you more material and stuff. But we're not going to like improve it. You're not going to get new maps. You're not going to get anything changed. So at least they're kind of supporting it and they're still allowing you to play it. But like when I say these servers close, like Hyperscape, you cannot play anymore. So regardless of whatever money you've invested in this game, it no longer exists.
Done. I need a payout.
We then had the game Spellbreak, which was a 3v the world. It was it was teams of 3 or up to 3. You could either do solos or 3 and maybe duos. It was all magic based, and you had different types of magic you could use. Came out in
Elemental magic, right?
yeah, and it came out in September of 2020, and it is shut down early this year. It had a huge release. Like it was a really exciting release that came out, and everybody was like, "Oh, look at this fun game that we're all playing." Cleve and I played it for a week, and we're like, "This is we're good. Thank you. No more."
Well, we had two big problems with it.
Yeah.
One was that my forearms were jacked from trying to hang on to my controller.
The rumble, for whatever reason, the Xbox, the vibration that existed when playing that game was so bad that my dog thought we were like under an attack while I was holding it in my hand.
The second problem was when we got towards the end of the rounds, it was like, what's that sport they play in Harry Potter?
Quidditch. Everybody's flying.
People
in
were
the air.
fucking just flying everywhere,
Yep.
and I was like, I don't know what to do. I was so scared.
Endgame was insanely chaotic. All the way up until Endgame, everything was fun. It was pretty intuitive. It worked well. I enjoyed it. Endgame was absolutely miserable every time. And I think that's kind of the pattern we start to see is that like, and like Cleve said, we would play a game for a couple weeks and be like, well, it's not Apex. Why are we playing this? And we would go back to Apex. And eventually, by the time I get to the end of this, the conversation we're going to have is what do you need to be successful? But we had next Knockout City, which is not necessarily a battle royale, but it is.
Okay.
It's 3v3v3. Well, no, I guess it was just 3v3.
It was just two teams.
Yeah. But came out in May of 2021. Was a big release. Everyone was super excited about it. Had 6 seasons and shut down June 6th. This is a full paid game. This was not a free game.
Ninja Turtle crossover.
They did. And it was not a free game. This was a $40 game that came out. It was slightly discounted. It wasn't full price, but it was $40.
Yeah.
That you also then bought season passes for. And we've now shut them down. But this was a dodgeball based game. It was pretty fast paced. It was kind of fun, and
my finger hurt.
It did. It was you were clenching your fingers a lot and holding it. It kind of lost its flavor to me. Like, it was the same thing over and over again, and there wasn't a lot of variety.
Mm-hmm.
There were essentially 5 different balls you could throw, and about 3 different ways you could throw it, and that was about it.
Straight at you, curved outside, over the top.
Yep. And so it was okay. It was fun if you had friends, but aside from that, it lost its flavor and we stopped playing it. We have, this is an interesting one, Apex Mobile. They had such a big fucking hype about this whole thing. They had PUBG on mobile. They had Call of Duty on mobile.
Legend, right?
What's that?
Exclusive Legend.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
two exclusive Legends that they came out with while mobile was a thing. And then also they had, the Legends had different, different powers and abilities. They had additional stuff. There was a lot of effort put into this. They came out in May 17th of 2022 and already shut down this May.
That's a quick one.
It
It
lasted
didn't work.
a year.
Bail.
It lasted a year. Then, I think easily the biggest flop to happen yet. Rumbleverse. This is the fighting one that Cleve was talking about. It was a wrestling themed battle royale that had a ton of potential, and it just didn't get enough love. And it just wasn't enough. The item system seemed weak. It was not. The concept could have been super cool, and it just didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually remember enjoying that one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It
You know
wasn't
what?
very intuitive. It wasn't. It stopped being fun because there wasn't the pick up and go in it that we've grown to love with things like Fortnite and Apex.
Right.
And that came out in August of 2022, and 6 months later, in February, it was closed. Again, this is a free game that people got to download, but they paid money for it. Shit, I think we paid money for it. We paid money for skins in that game.
For the Bruce Lee ones, right?
Yep.
The banana fucking tracksuits. Yeah.
We spent money so that we could have things in that game, and that game is gone now, and we no longer have it, and it's just shit.
Customization is a lot, as everything.
Fair.
And you let me make a fighter and go out there, I think I'm way more invested than.
Well, and it provides some kind of variety. I mean, with Apex, you have actual legends that are different people, much like Overwatch, kind of an Overwatch mentality where, like, here's each different person, they have special things that are good about them. Or you have things like Fortnite that literally owns every IP on God's green earth and allows you to be fucking Goku beating up Padme. Like, that's the beauty behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, some kind of customization, some kind of part that makes you feel a part of it. That's more than just, I'm either a really big guy or a really skinny guy. That was your 2 options, or a really skinny girl or a really skinny guy, big guy girl. And so 6 months. It lasted 6 fucking months.
That's wild.
And there was just not enough there for it. The other game, so I did include 2 games here that don't necessarily fall under this.
Okay.
Realm Royale.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they don't fall under this is they just recently, and I say recently, within the year, they had a revamp. So they came out in 2018 and did nothing with their servers.
Yeah.
For 3 years to 4 years. Late last year, they came out with a revamp that's calling it Realm Royale Reforged. They are trying to pump it back out, and they're trying to make it a thing. But I will tell you right now, it is 100% going to fail. We love this game. This game's fucking stupid. This game is the unloved child. We love it because it's just stupid and fun. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to fail. And the reason I know this is because it has had a battle pass or a season pass and a store that they have not updated since they launched Reforged. They said, hey, check out all the cool shit we're going to do, guys. It's going to be awesome. You got to come back. And it is the same shit that has been there since that day. It's still to this day. I checked the stores yesterday. It's the
Spent money
same
on this
shit.
one too.
We've spent good money on this one just because we thought it was fucking hilarious. I got to be Iron Man. Cleve had to spend money because he wanted to be a character that was actually, not white. So he did have to spend money for that. They have done nothing to change the gameplay other than they've made it more restrictive. You now have to be specific classes to use specific things. It's the same game with a few things that have been done to it that are honestly negative, not positive.
Yeah.
But it's on its way. I mean, it's going to also fail because you haven't updated your store in almost a year now. It's literally offering me the same special limited time offer is what it says at the top. And it's the same shit. It's the same fucking 4 or 5 skins.
I'll tell you right now. You guys back me. I'll be the face of this whole fucking game.
We love the game.
I will put everything of us into it.
We love the game.
I will sing your praises. It'll be on the side of my car. We will ride or die with it.
The epitome of my complaint about this game right here. You guys had quads as a thing. You could play 4 players on a team. It still allows you to have 4 people in your party. You can only play trios. There is no such thing as quads anymore. Doesn't exist. But I can have 4 people in my party.
There's fucking bots out there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're doing it anyway.
All right.
And then the other game is Multiverses.
Reach out to them and ask them.
I just say, hey, you guys what are you doing with this, guys? Because, at this point, just give it to us. Multiverses came out on my birthday last year. July 19th, 2022.
I knew that, guys.
That was the official launch. Cleve and I were a part of the closed beta because we were that special, guys. That's how good we are at video games. We were part of the closed beta. We played the shit out of this game. Fucking rocked this game. Under the guise that we were going to get to keep shit when we played this game. And then it came out, and they're like, oh, hey, you actually get this banner.
Reset.
Yeah, you get a banner, and that's it. Thank you. Then they came out. And so here's my problem with this game, right? We've talked about this before. Major games that come out under the idea of game preview. And that is a way we play a game called Grounded that was out as game preview for 3 years. I was at Comic-Con last year, and they literally were like, hey, look at this brand new game coming out. And it was fucking Grounded. I'd played it for 3 years. I'd beaten it twice. And they're like, here's this brand new game. Fuck you. What do you mean it's a brand new game? Well, it's because it's released. And so the purpose of game preview is to gain interest, traction, and money for a game. Multiverses has been in game preview and was supposed to have a launch of early 2023. They said, come join our program, guys. Get on board. Buy into the founder pack. We're going to give you all this cool shit with it. You're going to get all these characters. We're going to do all this stuff for you. And then when the game comes out, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of everybody. We're going to launch it in 2023, first thing 2023. Now they're saying they're not going to release it till late 2024. It's out. People are fucking playing the game. But we're not going to call it a game release until 2024 so that we can continue to sell things like founder packs. So we can continue to blame things like bugs and issues on The fact that it's not really out yet, guys. You guys are just testing it right now.
Yeah, they have people on YouTube like as the multiversus partners.
Yeah. So we're not even trying anymore in these types of games, and
Yeah,
this is not
not at all.
that's not a small studio. This is Warner Brothers Studios fucking gaming. They've got the goddamn money. They're letting the Flash have a fucking movie. Oh my god, can the Flash be a character in this game? And he'd be the best.
He would his Ford special would be just running at you and then just grabbing you by the throat.
Just a choke slam. So along with this, I have 5 top games we're looking forward to coming out for Battle Royales.
Oh boy. 5 potential.
And I'm curious. My
dead
thought,
man walking.
My question to you, I guess, on each one of these is: how interested are you, and do you see it being successful?
Okay. Hit me with the first one.
So it should be coming out the 3rd quarter of this year, which means it's coming out now, essentially, within the next couple months. It's called Hit and Boom. You are a robot. You are a team of 3 robots fighting another team of 3 robots. And it's all brawling. It's all fighting.
Okay.
There is nothing to the trailer. That is the explanation you get.
Okay.
So we have another 3v3.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody asking for these?
Out the gate, when you said it, my brain envisioned like what's that show where they build the robots to fight?
BattleBots?
Yeah, I thought BattleBots.
Not like that. People, but like
Cool.
people like looking robots,
Like
like Terminator
Transformers.
looking fuckers. Yeah,
Okay.
Transformers.
No.
Who's asking for it?
At all. And here's the thing. I think it's because it's fighting, right? Fighting mechanics are not easy to do. It's really easy to mess that up. And people can be cheap with fighting moves, and
There's easy ways to exploit it.
It sounds like you can get jumped in this game, which would be fun. No, not really.
There's a game on here that's going to come up in a second, and I think it's the only way you can do a fighting style game like this. And even then, I saw the beta for this when it came out, close beta, and so I thought it was kind of interesting and it looks like possibly potential, but we'll see. Next one we have is coming out the 4th quarter of this year, which should be the end of the year. It's a 32-player game called Rainy Neon Baku. Rainy Neon Baku. It is 32-player PvE versus, so it's player versus environment versus player. So there are going to be, essentially, you're going to be released. You are supposed to hunt down these cyborgs. But while hunting down the cyborgs, there are other teams looking for them as well. And it looked like it was solo as well as squads.
So like Hunt.
Exactly. So similar to Hunt. Where you all
Hunt as a Battle Royale?
Could be. Based on these descriptions that they've given me so far of other Battle Royales, it definitely could be considered Battle Royale. I will say that the people have like special abilities. It is in 3rd person, but like they have like different special abilities per person. Mm-hmm. Very Apex-ish looking as far as that goes.
I think with playing Hunt and remembering all the effort that we did or you did to kill the main monster.
Yo, if you've never seen us play Hunt, that was one of the best things ever. But anyway.
And then someone comes behind you and just shoots you in the back of the head and takes your kill. That seems very
unappealing to you.
It's very devastating.
So I will
I'm very
say
frustrated.
games like Tarkov and Warzone came out with a similar style gameplay. They do have games out there that exist that are very much like that. So there is a player base that exists that wants that kind of pain. That wants the realism of being like, I might lose all my stuff today.
I hear you. My interest is low.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying, as far
I
as like,
I can deal with fighting someone. I can
mm-hmm,
deal with an objective. I can't deal with doing the objective and then once because you could just wait outside the room, right?
yeah,
And then
we have seen
the
people do that
moment
to
I
us.
finish what I'm doing, pow pow boom boom. I know you're low on health, so you're dead now.
Yeah, we've definitely had people literally wait outside while we killed the bosses in Hunt, just to do said thing to us. I will say it seems to be a
Safety
very,
is a little bit.
it seems to be a game that is very has a lot of interest shown in it thus far. It is going to be only on PC, but well, yeah, I'm not eliminate you, but I just was curious what your thoughts were on it. So the third game we have coming out is My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble. And so this is the game I was talking about that has a fighting it's just fighting because there's
Okay.
no weapons. But that being said, there are quirks. Every one of them, it's all of their quirks are involved in it, and it is a
Right.
3v3 25 player, or not 25, 24 players. So it's 8 teams of 3 players per team. And you're dropped in a city and then you fight to the death.
Okay.
And it is a large roster of the My Hero Academia kids and other heroes. This has had a closed beta already. It does look interesting. It looks pretty clean. It looks good. But the problem is you kind of lock yourself into like only being able to ever use those characters. You're never going to really come out with new characters. And then
Right.
also, on top of that,
What
you're
can you
really locked
possibly
into,
change?
well, yeah, and you're kind of alienating anybody that doesn't really like anime.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could get into it without liking anime, or you say anime, just even that show. If
Yeah,
you don't like that show, you're alienated from it.
true.
Um, I guess it would be exciting to like pair people up, right? That would be fun to get quirks to work together and stuff like that. Um, I just feel like, yeah, the reason was it Jump Force?
Uh huh.
The reason why, not that it did well, but it was okay is because we brought in a whole realm. So maybe, I mean, maybe that would have been the route to go. It's like an all anime fighting, but then so many animes fight so differently. And I mean, who's supposed to be fighting Goku up there? He's flying around Kamehameha and everything.
It's tough to really explain how certain people beat other
My
people.
my quirk makes, when I touch stuff, it's weightless. What am I supposed to do with this guy? But
Fucking Goku's just like, God, guys, like, uh,
yeah, I mean, I have interest in it, but that's because we have interest in it.
mm-hmm.
Um,
I have a tough time believing that fighting style battle royales will ever be a thing, though.
I think that I don't know. I'm not a game. I don't make games, but maybe if it was like I came across a team, we're locked in with that team, we're
Mm,
fighting that team.
it was not that way. It was very
Yeah,
much open for third parties.
because then you just who's got a quirk where like fucking just throw something.
Right. Fucking, you can be the cement block guy and just,
Yeah,
cement yourself off, I guess.
you guys are in that room now.
We have 2 games that I find really interesting. They're on the opposite scales of shooting style.
Okay.
Our
Is
battle
it a battle
royales.
royale
Our
where you
last
just
2.
go out and give out the most hugs?
That'd be the best. So we have one named Shaddle. Shattle. Shaddle. Was originally going to launch in 2022. Does not have a release date anymore. They swear it's coming out soon, though.
As
So
they do.
it's
As they
always
do.
super fucking sketchy, right? So it's set in 1970 Sweden. There will be falling hazards such as bombs and building debris.
Okay.
It is a third person, and its biggest selling point is it is all close quarters. So it very much looks like PUBG. And I know you never played PUBG, so I'm not sure how familiar you are with the aesthetic, but it is very much exactly like PUBG.
Okay.
And the trailer is an alarm going off in the background and a guy going into a locker grabbing a couple of things and then going out into a hallway and just everybody's slugging each other in the face with fists. You can get guns, but like everything is so close quarters that apparently it is really frantic from the start. Like there is no like land and hide and then loot and then get your shit together. It is very much hot dropping all the time.
Okay.
Thoughts? It's
But it's not doing
25
anything
players.
it does not do anything for the anxiety that I can easily get from a game like that.
Just watching the trailer filled me with like so much fucking anxiety. Because also while it's happening, you just hear boom, boom, boom.
I think you make the same game, but you set it for Black Friday.
Oh,
Whoever gets out with
and
the
the
TV,
goal is to get the Turbo Man.
yeah, sure. Oh my god! And then different maps for different things. It could be a Tickle Me Elmo. It could be a TV. It could be a Turbo Man doll.
That'd be the best. Fucking pull up pepper spray. That's mine. Fucking running in.
Oh yeah. And then oh my god! And then like you have to read the signs and find what aisle has what. Yeah.
While you're getting fucking beaten, your vision starts getting blurred because you've been punched too many times. Fucking people running into you with carts and shit. And then the last game, Off the Grid, set to release in 2023, has not have an official date. Just says it's coming out this year. They don't want to alert you as to when it's coming out.
Why would you?
It will not be on the older consoles, so you and I are out, but the newer consoles will get it, as well as PC. This is on the opposite end of it. It is boasting that it will have the largest map of any game ever.
Oh, I don't want that.
Fair. 150 players are dropping. Battle Royale map.
Okay, thank you.
150 players will be dropping every round. So we're bot filling these bad boys quick. There's no way you don't.
Right.
It will be a PvP. It's going to be a one of a kind of its own, as they say. It will be PvP and PvE.
Okay.
If you want to go to the PvE route, you drop in the same way, and you then just follow certain storylines.
Okay.
But everything else is still going on around you.
Okay.
So there definitely will still be shit going on, but you'll just have like a PvE mission as well if you'd like to go about that. While, everybody's being murdered around you, and then you could potentially also be murdered.
In the middle of my mission? That sounds fun.
In the middle of your mission. I don't think going bigger is the answer. Because I think Warzone tried to do that. Warzone came out with a really big map, trying to come out with something like PUBG, and it just didn't work for them. Their bigger map, their most successful map was that one that was that little tiny island. People love the shit out of that game, Rebirth Island.
I think you have to have a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ours is the most this. Ours is the biggest that, and I think that's what they're going for.
This podcast, we have the two biggest dicks on earth. That's the thing. Check it out.
It's a different website.
Pairring.com.
So here you're like, look at the big, but like, why? Why would I want a fucking huge map? So I can't find anybody until the very end. I get fucking slaughtered.
These have flashbacks to fucking Broken Moon on Apex.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, no, I think that here's the thing. This is what kind of the conclusion I came to while researching and looking at all this is that I think that Apex happened to fall upon a very good formula that worked really well, and anything that comes out is either just a watered down version of it or it tries to have a gimmick that ends up being terrible.
Yeah.
And so, like, how do you then compete with something like Apex at this point? Because even Apex has its issues. Cleve and I bitch about the bugs in it all the time. And we've put more money in that stupid game than probably any other game we play.
Fortnite too.
Yeah. Fortnite will always have the fact that they can just get every IP into the world. I don't know why or how they're able to do it, but good on them. And that's why you can play as fucking Ariana Grande and
They
murder
exist
people.
in the MCU.
Yeah. So, like, it's just, that's a whole phenomenon that exists that will never be taken down. But Apex, I just don't know that it can ever be touched. And I think it's because it found a really good formula, it stuck with it, and it continues on with it. And the competitive community finds it good enough to be what they want to play as far as competitive goes.
Yeah. Well, and anybody could have done it, right? It's just Overwatch powers on individuals.
Some of it was derived from
duos.
Titanfall, so, like, that's where they got a lot of their
they
ideas.
Expand from another world. I'll say like that. Well, I mean, the powers in Titanfall as well.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, because really, you could take Overwatch and make it a battle royale if you wanted to. Really,
You could have.
And like pretty relatively easy. Team smaller, big map, everybody against everybody. There would be a meta, but there's one for every game in there.
There sure is. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth trying to break into the Battle Royale world. It just seems less and less worth it because all of these companies are investing all this money into it. They're screwing players over by getting them to invest money into it and then leaving.
I think that pushes you back to the comfort zone of Apex and Fortnite also, is that I don't want to get invested in this, put my money into it, and then they pull the plug on it before I'm done.
Right. Yeah, but that's what I got for you guys today. Any final thoughts on?
It's gonna end that on a real downer, huh?
The positive, you know what? Okay, here's the positive. You want a positive note on this? Apex continues to improve what they're doing. They came out with the best season they've had so far in quite some time with season 17. We have Fortnite, who is constantly trying to improve and constantly coming out with new stuff for you guys. So the two companies that are doing really well in it are killing it, and they're continuing to kill it. And hopefully what that means is that we raise the bar, and we keep making the bar high, and eventually someone comes to fucking actually do something with it.
So you said that you were going to ask, and then you didn't. So I'm going to ask you,
what
is a good battle royale going to take then? What do you need?
I need something that's going to make me. This is what I think is important. I think that it needs to be a game that you can pick up and play pretty relatively easily, as far as like understanding controls. It should, if I play first-person shooters, I should be able to pick up a controller and within 2 or 3 rounds understand the mechanics of the game as far as basic mechanics. But I think that there should be a development level that, like, I can get better. I can do things and be better, and as I get better, I start seeing that improvement in myself. And I think that's important. I think that there shouldn't be game mechanics that exist that remove skill.
Right.
And I think that a good ranked system is nice to have. It's not dire for me because I've had to step away from doing ranked for the most part.
You could always come back into that too. You could always be like, "Hey, we got ranked now." You
Right.
know.
And I mean, that's it. I think I need a little bit of variety. I do want difference. Like, I think it's fun to have different chemistry. So I think even if it's just something as basic as defender, offensive, sniper, you know what I mean? Like something just very simple, like someone that's going to have your breaching type weapons, like a shield and maybe a shotgun. You have your snipers and you have your run in and start shooting shit.
Yeah, because that's where Fortnite excels, is because everyone's the same, but like look at all the customized things I can do.
Right.
Look at my skin. Look at my emote. Look at my pickaxe. Look at my
There's a
back bling.
and there's so much environment within that one that you can really interact with that makes it important. They're constantly changing like what you can interact with, how you interact with it, vehicles and transportation otherwise, and
Right.
like they're constantly developing new mechanics within the game, and I think that's important. I think changing your game to evolve it is important.
Yeah.
But I think the basics is really truly, it needs to be a game that I can pick up and play and understand. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to be good at it. Cleve and I played Apex for almost half a year, where getting a kill was important to us. Like that was like the achievement. And so
We
like,
almost got them.
yeah. And so like that was like we had to take those small victories. But those small victories were a huge high for us.
They were, man.
And
Those
that
was good old days.
yeah, and that is what you need, is that, and there's a science behind it, you know, like these small wins that you're getting and why that makes you feel good and why you enjoy doing that. And then the big win that's more unobtainable in the beginning that you get, and then it's like, holy shit, like I need this high all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard. I just think that it's difficult now to separate yourself from the two that are out there killing it right now.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is always going to exist. You can't. It's a juggernaut. It's going to exist forever, no matter if they do good or not, because they're shit. The game's shit, guys. If you can sit in a fucking closet for an entire game and then win, like, fuck you. It's shit.
You know what? I think even if you made a game, it's like, hey, we are a knockoff on Apex, but we fixed this thing that Apex isn't doing.
Yeah.
That would already get a base. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, you know, everybody's coming out with a gimmick and everybody's trying to do a thing, and I get it. I respect it, but it is going to be hard to set yourself aside away from them, but they're the ones killing it right now.
What's your battle royale? What are we doing in yours?
Ooh. We all play musical instruments, and each musical instrument does something different.
So
like a trombone's like a sniper
fighting
rifle.
Band.
Like fucking
clarinets. Oh, okay.
Clarinets are like
so like Desperado.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm catching up.
But like clarinets, you know, like a little submachine gun. But they're like actually playing music, and it's just fucking. And then the customization part of it is like what type of music you're playing. We'll get like different kinds of licenses for the music.
Okay.
And it's like,
oh my god! And your squad plays different music from different people.
Yeah, and it'll be like marching battles.
I would do a fucking rock band battle royale in an instant, like with the guitar controller.
Marching bards, that's what I'd call it.
Mm.
And it just different teams, and you'd have like.
I was thinking Band Barrage.
I'm on board. I'm not sold on mine yet, so
I'm still on the Black Friday thing. I think that's a good battle royale.
I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, no, I'd have like different band outfits. You could look like grunge or emo, or you could look like a marching band.
Your loot would be other like hot ticket sale items.
Yeah, like
that you could use as weapons,
or like
yeah.
You
get like a laptop and put it on your chest, and that's like more armor.
Oh my god, yes. This is it, guys. We're doing it. Or Realm Royale. Realm Royale, if you'd like to just sell us yours for a penny,
While you were talking, I pulled up their website. And I'm gonna reach out to them next.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are on what it takes to make a good BR and what you're looking forward to in the next year. I don't know. Is there one you're real sad about? Did you pour a beer out for one of the ones we mentioned that closed their server? Were you a big Apex Legends mobile character?
I bought the Ninja Turtles.
Knockout
I already
City?
got the name of the game. Yeah, Knockout City skins, and then I just turned the game off. Never even got to see them in action. But you know
Let
what?
us know, guys.
It let the turtles know that I love them, and that's really
That's
what
fair.
it was for.
I respect it. Let us know, guys, in the comments down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Come out with videos, multiple videos a week. If you guys want to reach out to us on our social medias to let us know what you guys would like to hear about, you guys can reach us on all our social medias. What are those social medias, Cleve?
We have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all Friendship Supreme, except Twitter has no eyes, no bird friendship. All eyes go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Friendship Supreme. Also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Friendship Supreme, where you can give me $1. You know,
If you want to be a
just give me
part
a
of
dollar.
our Realm Royale brigade.
I'll be part of the room. Engage so bad.
I hope you guys have a great day. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and you are the Apex champions.